This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. Look at Chloe, you can barely see her again. She's blending right in. She looks crazy in there. Yeah, that's right. F is for freak, Joel Sane said. Awesome. Sorry, it was it's kind of a long day today, really, to be honest with you. A lot of stuff going on. I was working on this, like, I got a better image of the F tree, the same image, but a better image. Somebody sent it to me. And so I was trying to make it so that people can see if they still think it's an F or not. So I was doing that, and then I don't know if my wife remembered it was my birthday coming up, but the kids have a day off on today, so they went out and got, like, I don't know, it was like 2 big pizzas and steaks, and I was like, I don't even know if I can eat that much or whatever. But then also I got a TV for my room here, so we had to put the wall mount on, and looks like it's up and running now. So pretty just the day just kept going on and on and on, and so we had something to eat, then a beer, and then now I'm on the show, so I'm still here. Yeah, it's tomorrow. It's actually the birthday, but they just had the day off. And there's Joel saying again with 11:22. Guess I still don't know what that means. I missed your reply yesterday.
Chewbacca? I'll do Chewbacca if you want me to.
F is for freaks.
What link? I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't even been on Facebook today. So. Oh, it's your birthday today? Wow, you're October 15th, huh? Today's your birthday, Joel? Oh, that's the birthday, 11/20. Okay. I get it. I see, it's such a long delay. Yeah. I don't know what that means. You got that link. What link? I didn't refer to any link or anything. Well, thanks, Greg G. How would I know what that meant? You got that link? I don't even know what that, Well, the thing is the Fallen Freak thing is just something we're doing, the same way that we've been doing it, on the show. I just donate at the end of the month, and we just get up to $6,000, and that's it. I could put a link out there just so you can look at it, but it doesn't go active in terms of a scholarship until you get the whole 6,000 in there. But they have the fundraiser portion where we're at 1,500 now. So what would you be doing with the link? I mean, I can go there and show it to you guys if you want, or
Thank you, Tamara. Not today, but Tamara. You're a different Tamara though, right? Yeah, but except that's not what we're doing. We're making it like the freaks amount. I don't know what that means. Someone wanting to share to someone that can donate and match amount. Well, I don't even know what that means. That's confusing to me. I don't get it. Anybody know what that means? Yeah, that doesn't have. We don't have something like that. This isn't a. It's just a. So just listen for a second. This is a scholarship fund that we, the freaks, are setting up. It's on a non-profit site, but they allow people to build different charities for different reasons there, and that's what we're doing. And we're putting 6,000 in. I don't know how a matching thing would work or anything like that. I have no idea how that works. I don't know if there is anything like that. No, I can't, Mary. I don't know how to. The only way to do that is to have like a 60-second delay. And I don't do that on my shows. It's too long of a time. It shows up later, after the show, like. Well, thank you. I just don't know what you guys are talking about with the matching thing. I've gone over what we're going to be doing. Each year we're going to give away $6,000, $2,000-$3,000 scholarships to students that are doing forensic sciences or criminal justice. Well, thanks. Well, anyways, that made me confused. No, we didn't do shots. I had a Corona. I don't know. What do you mean, did I do shots? We should have done shots when we were over there. But it was too far of a drive because you can't drive long distances. Come on! You know, you should have came all the way to where I was and stayed in you could have stayed in a place over there. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm going to just get going on what we're going on. I didn't know what that meant. Oh, that kind of sucked that Suzanne Summers died today. I thought she was, like she was just kind of part of my era, Kind of sucks. Yeah, I remember Three's Company. That's basically where everybody remembers her from. And then she had her own little exercise thing. Oh, she has the same birthday as I do? Good for you, Ruby Slippers. Good for you. Let's see. Three's Company was a great. That was pretty good. It was funny because it was so stupid. It was funny. And Mr. Roper. Yeah, wasn't there Mr. Roper and then Don Knotts came in and took the place of. Ooh, I tell people. Wait, let's see what we got. Ooh, I tell people it's a charity and then I pass on a tiny percent. What do you mean? the charity's $6,000 and the charity gets $6,000. What do you mean it pass on a tiny percentage? People like you are so stupid. It's just your brains don't work well. It's your brain just malfunctions on a daily basis. Ooh, I tell people have I ever told you guys? Hello, everybody. Put anybody in there. Type in if you've ever heard me say that I am a charity. Anybody? Has anybody ever heard me say those words? How come every single night we are deluged with morons that show up on here? I wish there was one thing that I could control on YouTube, is just to sort of slow down the number of morons that show up to this show. Okay, it's just absolutely amazing. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? 8675309. I haven't seen you in weeks. It's unbelievable. God, these people. Anyways, so I got a better copy of the F, which I don't believe it's an F in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it looks like something, smeared on there. That's about it. Oh, and by the way, before I get to that, if you'd like to help support the Grant Hughes Investigates YouTube channel, I make an income on YouTube, but I also donate a large percentage to various true crime related charities. And there, you can see them on the screen to the left there over the last 4 years. So we do a lot of great things here, and that's kind of the only way to make it happen, is if on a nightly basis. I know tonight's a late show, so maybe that means something, but yeah, you can't control the idiots that show up here. They have this perception because they read what somebody else wrote, and so these people show up thinking that what they read was true, and no, they don't care what anybody ever said. Hey, wow, LM, thank you. Happy early birthday, Gray, and on a personal note, thank you for so much. Yeah, no problem. And well, thank you too. I don't know when I think it's always a reasonable time, don't you think, Zozo? I guarantee it, if Zozo, she would do the same thing that I do. My YouTube self-inflicted hiatus has ended. All right, yeah, well, I missed you too. I think everybody likes having you around. 8675309. As a matter of fact, okay, just for you, and then hold on. There you are. The Cindy J song. Fucking now. I mean, Okinawa. Yeah, come on. Oh yeah. It's so Okinawa. Oh yeah. No, but it was you're the one that there was a rap on it. Come on, it doesn't say Okinawa. You know what it says, everybody. Cindy's trying to transfer the song to 8675309, but it's not working. It's not working. All right, there you go. It's done. Hey, one thing I did get to see before the show was, I think it was Ada sent me a couple links from, I can't remember what the site is called, but it had pictures of, well, there was 2 Hamas soldiers when they're riding into the scene, and one of them actually, he's got a camera on his head and he gets killed while he's on camera, and I think the IDF released it. because he's just walking around in a kibbutz waiting to shoot other people. It's crazy.
Deluge.
Hey, Josh,
Happy
hello.
early birthday. Great. And on a personal note, thank you for so much.
Yeah, well, thank you. Sophisticated white trash. Isn't that an oxymoron? Just kidding.
My YouTube self-inflicted hiatus has ended. Heart.
Yeah, it was crazy, the video. Like, the soldier actually has the camera on his shoulder. He's looking around to shoot. I mean, I wouldn't even call him a soldier. He's a terrorist walking around trying to shoot some civilians in a kibbutz. And then all of a sudden you hear this, and he goes, ooh, he goes right to the ground and he sort of mumbles some shit. And you know, you can just call it good night at that point. So somebody got him. Must have been later in the day. It's kind of really creepy watching, you know, from their actual. I mean, they filmed it like ISIS did. You know, remember all the production value with the GoPro cameras and slow-mo and stuff. Were really weird. So, all right, let's get to the this stuff here that I was working on. So here is the newer, like a better image here. See that? See how that has, it's like more color than that original one that we were looking at. And you can see stuff that people call it an F. Now the reason I think a lot of people call it an F is because this area here is darker. And yet when you look at it, it matches this area perfectly. And it just so happens I believe that just so happens to be just that's the way the wood looked, the bark looked right in that area, right? So it's not really like there's a line that goes across there. See what I'm saying? No, I just told you it's not across. See how there's no line there, you guys? There's no line that goes from here to here. There's just this individual smudge. And then up here, there's one here, and you know, this part over here, there's nothing right there either. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, you know, when you see, if you're saying across, like maybe up here and stuff. I don't know. So you got that. So I came up with this crazy thing where I got Photoshop. And, oh, well, there you go. He's Photoshopping everybody. No, I don't think it's anything. I think it's just somebody smeared their hand on it. Well, you should still comment 8675309 because people missed you. And plus, you know, you haven't really missed. Well, here's in a nutshell. Here's what you missed. That you know, you remember the 136-page document with the crazy Odinism and all that crap. Well, that document was released by somebody out there, and at that point, you know, trying to figure out where the leak came from, and it led to a name, and then, you know, even a couple weeks after that, or 2 or 3 weeks after that, you know, like law enforcement was actually looking into the leak, and they have the same name, and it turns out that that's the person that leaked likely this image here, the F image they call it, and also the crime scene photos of Abby and Libby, literally the shots of them on the ground. And you know, I think the investigation pretty much kind of concluded or whatever, and it led to certain people. And next week some big stuff's coming down, and one of the main people that was in the list of people that were leaking, he ended up killing himself. And that has no blame on any single person out there who was trying to you know, shed light on the leaker, because what they were doing, leaking, was ridiculous. So nobody should feel guilty at all if you're out there and you were somebody helping to find who the leaker was. Okay, and it's all on that person, nobody else, right? So just keep that in mind. So here is the F tree, or whatever you want to call it. You guys want to see what I was trying to do in, before we get to the... It's pretty crazy.
What you do.
I mean, you'll see it, and you'll just go, God, I don't know what it was. I just kind of came up with the concept at the moment. It was really strange. I'll just open up my thumbnail, and then, since that's an easy link in there. Yeah, so here is Photoshop. And what I did was I made an extra layer on top of it, right? And on that layer, right up here, you go select color by range. And then see how there's just sort of this random dots because it doesn't have anything yet. So like if you click on different colors like that, look how it selects all the colors that are close match. So down here you select that one, but it kind of selects more stuff down in there because the lighting's different. You select over here, and look at that. Look how you can really see. You know, so what it shows you is some of the values that you get in here are also in a range associated with the same color, but you see it at a much darker level, right? So what I did was, in Adobe, in OBS Studios, I did a whole screen, but this can't be enlarged here. So I just had it that on the screen, and then I made a video of, like, if I went all the way to the end here, you can still see it on there. But there's a spot in here where if you get right to it, like a certain, in here you can see a pretty good one. Now, there's that little space here, matches other colors, but it's just sort of a coincidence, I think. It's kind of small, but see, you can even, if you have it right here, you can click on some other areas and try to find, like that's a pretty good one right there. And then if you move it over, look at that, you can really see where the blood was on that tree, right? So I made a whole video, but I zoomed in and it was still pretty clear. All right, so let me show you what that looked like. I made a video where I kept changing the amount of matching, so you'll watch this increase over time. I mean, I can just scrub it over and you'll see it. See it, watch that. Isn't that cool? It's crazy, right? So that was me moving it quicker. And as you can see on this one, there is no gap here. There's nothing there. That spot in here matched in here. Maybe, you know, if that's a dot, you know, who knows? I don't think so. There's a whole bunch of stuff that looks like that all over the place. So the main thing to focus in on is if you sort of squint your eyes, you can see that there's mainly a shape that kind of goes straight down, and then that's the overlay on top of that. So I don't know, it was really crazy how that worked. That thing that I used isn't even for what I used it for. It was just sort of it's a thing that lets you know how much you are selecting. It has nothing to do with anything, but to me it looked awesome the way it was. So I have individual still frames here of various other settings. And so like this one, see, this is the spot that I think always throws people off, but that and all of these spots, look, they're the same, see? The same value of light and dark. So it really isn't it's an illusion. So look over here again. See that spot right there? I don't have any way of telling you if that's blood or not, because it looks exactly the same as right there, here, and this spot down there. All these spots have the same color range in there. Yeah, I don't see an F at all. And I did another one that was kind of like this was an interesting one, because what I did was the selection and all the other stuff that you see there are just values that were in the range but aren't blood. Those are just part of the bark. So down here, I think down at the bottom, you can see that other smudging that was over here. But this here, you know, it looks like maybe somebody's, you know, maybe middle finger or something went straight down or whatever. There's a little bit more right there. So what do you guys think about that? I don't think it's an F whatsoever. Okay. I think it's a optical illusion. Like, for example, again, right in here, people are connecting across. And even if you did connect it across, it goes up anyways. So I don't think that's what it is at all. And we don't know how big it is. Thank you, Kathy Chapin. You get what I'm saying? Let me get my music back open. And by the way, what are you doing up, Baba? It's like, what is it, 11:38. You're like a early person. Looks like someone wiped a bloody hand or glove. Yeah, I mean, so when you look at that picture right there, you know, just that gives you a really good representation. So what do you think now? What do you think now? Daryl, what do you think? Now that when you're saying a cross, what do you think now? Do you still think it's a cross? Or now, one thing to consider when you're thinking about bark, you know how there's gaps? You know, the bark has a relief to it, like what parts of it are higher, and then the next part is inward, and maybe you aren't able to, like, you know, if you moved your hand across, it would miss parts. It's Libby's DNA is the blood on the tree. And apparently that's... yeah. So I think this thing, I mean, you know, I used kind of a crazy technique in here, but I also used the other sort of normal techniques where, like, this is... Well, see, this is what I'm talking about. That's how big it really was. So you look at that, using that tool. So look at that. I mean, it's just... What is that? Does it really look like an F to anybody? I mean, if it was an F, wouldn't it go like this and then just like that? Instead, there's a little thing that goes up here, here, then there's stuff over blood over there, blood kind of in 4 little spots there, and then something over here. So we could all make it look like something. Like if we, you know, really wanted to, you know, let's see. Let me see if I could do it. I'll show you exactly what I would do if I was somebody that was going to be an idiot. Okay, just a second. Like I have the ability to be an incredible sensationalistic pile of crap. Okay, but I'm not going to do it. But here's what you would do. You would come in here like this, and you'd probably use a cloning tool of some sort, wherever the hell that is. Where is that? Dang, right there. Yeah, clone stamp. And then maybe came in here and just kind of remove some of these items. Like, yeah, just kind of make them blend in a little bit. Like this, and then kind of just, oh, yeah, and then maybe take some of that. Oh, put that, you know, grab some of this area, something over there. Oh, go like that. Take some of that. Swipe that away. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding. Oh my God, everybody! Look at that! It's a freaking F! You see how you could make it look like that? If you wanted to? You'll probably see this going around now. Look, it really is an F! See how simple that was to make that look like an F? I mean, hell, if I took that and made... Wow! Ooh! Holy moly, everybody! Yeah, it took about 10 seconds. But it's so useless to do that kind of shit. So now I go ding, 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 ding. Put everything back in the right. Control Z. And there it is. Doesn't look like an F at all. I don't want to make a P, Kelly. And then, let's see. Let's just open up some of these other ones that I have. So here's another one. Pretty clear. Like you see that right there, but it matches all the other bark. And, you know, just in general, when you look at even looking at this, when you zoom in, that area right there. Now, it's possible some of these little things are, I don't, it's hard to tell, but you know, you come in here and you see the same stuff. So that's why there's little parts that have the same range, but that isn't blood. You know, there's no blood right here. Okay. You know, spots like that could be, but I doubt it because that actually matches this stuff over here. This here is definitely blood. You know, maybe in a little spot right there and right there. Right. So when people, it's just, here's what's unfortunate is that there's a sort of smudged looking spot here. Now, I'm just basing this on visual information. It's possible that law enforcement has a, you know, using that blue star or whatever, put it on there, and it lit up like a Christmas tree, and there's all kinds of other spots there, and I can't see it using this, right? So let me see, where's that from the other day again? Let me go try to find it. There it is. That was quick for once. So that's the picture that, let's get one of the ones I just did out here. Like that. So this is one that Barbara McDonald put out there. And so that one, you know, I mean, that one looks like it was somewhat related to the crime scene. Because it even has this spot over here. But this one here does have these little dots that go up. So they're saying it goes like this and then up. And then it looks like this is here. And then it kind of goes down, and then I'm not sure what this stuff is. They don't have that in here. But it does look generally like Barbara McDonald's image here. I don't agree with this look here, though. The little, like the dot, 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 like that. This is really what it looks like. So this looked like blood spatter, but this doesn't. You know, like the image on the tree here, I don't think looks like blood spatter at all. Do you? I mean, this doesn't quite look like blood splatter to me on this shot here. This looks like somebody wiped a hand on there or something. Right. The image that Barbara McDonald put out looks like that. And again, what if they're using sort of like, you know, the blue star stuff, and then it was dark, they put the white light on it, and there it was, and that's the image they get. Looks like wiped hand or leaning against the tree and moved or something. All right, so the reason I'm doing this is because, you know, there's so much misinformation put out there that it feels like sometimes you gotta put out the opposing side, and that's why I almost think it was like important that law enforcement was able to sort of counter stuff, but they haven't really been able to get to do that because they're trying to do this the right way, where the defense just threw everything at the wind to see what would, you know, what would happen with it. No, we don't know how long it is. I just said that 5 minutes ago. No, I don't know how high up the tree it is. It doesn't say that anywhere. But apparently this is the tree right below the, I mean, right where Libby, or where they were killed, likely. At least where Libby was killed, right? Because her blood's on the tree, and they believe that her blood's below the tree, and then she was moved a little bit. I think it's a short distance. That's ridiculous though. So I just showed you how it's not an F because that's not there. Man, you guys are. How do you not see it? I just showed you the picture where it doesn't show an F. Man, it's almost like you're always just, I don't know, contradictory or something. Like there isn't an F here. You see that? Look at that picture right there. That's not an F. This part right here doesn't match. It matches all of this other stuff like bark. So you could literally, this is what it should look like. Let me do that if I was going to edit something. Here, let's go like this. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to take do like this, hit the Alt over here, and just cover up. Let's just go like this. Make it look like other parts. Would you think that was an F right there? So just look at it like that. Because that bark in the middle is not, I cannot see any blood on it in that picture. Would that be an F to you? You know what I'm saying? No, I always have nice stuff to say, Russell, but I don't have nice stuff to say to idiots like yourself. So you go do something else. All right, guy. Whew. Wow. Let's see. Right. But see, that's what you should do in this image, because if you go like that, this part right here doesn't look like blood in the original photograph. Right there is the same as this other bark area. And this bark area, and this, it matches all these other bark areas. And the camera, it's lighter up above and darker down below. So that doesn't, I don't even see any redness matching blood there. And, even in here, so they could match Barbara McDonald's a little bit more if you just think like, okay, that's blood, this is blood, that is. And maybe not this area right in here. And then a little bit there, and then some here, and that's about it. So what do you think about that? Do you still see it in that one, Zozo? Right there? I mean, I know you see the little dot over there, but... Come on. Check it out one more time. I just spent the whole day making this so that you could see it. And you said you were driving. Oh, God. You guys are ridiculous. Yeah, the defense said it was an F. And what are these dots over here then? What are these? What are these 4 dots here? And there's blood down there too. It looks like a streak. Like maybe you put your hand up there and then a streak going down. I wouldn't doubt it if like the same finger that made this streak. Yeah, she always wants to be contradictory. So we'll say, oh no, I still see an F. Where anybody rational looking at this isn't seeing an F anymore. We heard of the F a long time ago by a certain... Yeah, right. Yep. People were calling it an F a long time ago. Alright. Let's see. The 2 at the bottom right look like they could be from a pinky. Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe it's just... yeah. It's hard to say. We're just totally guessing at that point. But I'm just saying, to me, I see why people think... But why? Well, let me ask you this. Why is this part here if it's an F? Like this upper part, it almost seems like something hit there and then there. And maybe, let's just say this. Let's say you had a lot of blood on your hand, right? But there was a lot in the middle of your hand. And your index finger had some. And as you're going down, you just deposit a spot here. And then here, but your middle finger drags a tremendous amount of blood down. and then maybe your hand hits again over there, and then you go to the ground or something. You know, something like that. I just, why is there vertical lines at the end of each forward part of the F? Hey, thanks, Bucolic Buffalo. It's at 4 a.m. where I am. The world revolves around you. What do you mean they're coming for me? Who's coming for me? Nobody's coming for me. You guys are insane. Nobody's coming for me. Okay? Yeah, you know, there's this group of people, especially like true crime moron out there, who makes videos saying that Gray is going to be arrested on RICO violations related to this case. And it's like, are you insane? Are you one of the dumbest people that's ever lived? Or look at that, 39 months for Timothy Cecil, the legend. Yeah, here's what they think. They say, everybody, that I worked. This is what they're saying. So let me tell you the reality, first of all. Let me tell you the reality. It was a lot, you know, for years, and somewhat early on, I tried to figure out the timeline of the case. You know, like, what's the timeline? So I got a hold of Becky one time, and she said, "Okay, I'll help you out." And she filmed the route there for me, drove from her house. We got the time it would take. She looked at her phone records and could see that Derek made a phone. He said he called twice and he remembered where he was. One of them was at 311. The other one was at 314. 311 was on the Wilson Bridge. 314 was as he was pulling up to the parking area. Kelsey's was just that it was sort of around a phone call. So we've always thought it was like 137, but it turns out it was 149. Is that like really a huge deal for people out there? You know, but that's what came out later. I didn't have a clue. I remember people would say it was 130, then it was 137, and then years later it was 149 when her car drove by the Hoosier Harvest Store camera. So we got that, and, you know, just tried to put it all together in something that made sense. And somehow, me doing that means that I work with the family to throw off everybody, to hide the real information. Me and the family work together to hide, you know, like there was a conspiracy in some way. The weird part is every time I hear something new that's factual, I just change. I go, oh, okay. For example, the Slow Joe moron that's out there, the guy that's like half South African, half Australia, whatever the hell he is, one of the dumbest people on the planet, the guy that took the information from A Time to Kill and pretended that he got it himself. Did any of this happen when you were working the front desk at the... just a little bit. When I was working the front desk at the Crown Plaza and doubling as a security guard, yes, it definitely was happening. Yeah. So that Slow Joe guy, he said that I'm lying to all of you when I tell you that Abby was wearing Libby's jeans. And as you know, that I was just as shocked as the rest of you to find out. I actually, you know, I found out from probably the best source that you would ever want to have, because that was a question. It says it in the defense documents. Okay, so what's weird is they don't go after the defense for saying the same thing. They said that Abby was wearing Libby's clothing. And so if that's true, then the jeans... But I was like, well, wait a minute, that's a lie, because she was wearing sweatpants. And it turns out that Abby really was wearing Libby's jeans. So Libby wasn't wearing sweatpants. That's just what the last thing that Becky remembered seeing her in, but apparently she changed pants, which is interesting, right? Because maybe that does mean that she thought she was going to meet somebody there. But there you go, everybody. Gray Hughes, part of a secret cabal, everybody. We're all just trying to trick people. You know what it is these people, they don't have any sources themselves. So when somebody else gets something, they get angry about it. So then they make up stories that you're part of some international coalition of... I don't even know what you call it. It's just, it sucks. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he really is one of the dumbest people, but people believe him. To this stupid intro, like he's some hero, but he's one of the dumbest people literally on planet Earth. Okay? I mean, absolutely dumb. Like, and the reason I know that is because when people believe those types of things, that means they're dumb. She was going to the woods. Yeah. Right. Except, you know, we don't know if she intended to go into the woods, though, right, Beth? Because I think she might have dressed up like she was going to go to... Because my thing is I think they were just going to walk down the trail and walk onto the bridge and then walk back on the trail. You know, not necessarily go into the thick woods like they ended up having to do because somebody forced them in there. So it could just be, you know, yeah, but it's not wooded out there. I mean, even back then, you'd walk on that little gravelly trail, and you know, if you stay on the trail, you're not really in the woods. But yeah, I mean, I guess. Ah, jeez, Christine, man. Actually scares me how dumb. Yeah, no, it is scary. Yeah, there's a whole 6-minute video on me today that he made. He doesn't say my name, but he was angry that I am quote lying to everybody, saying, and he started playing news clips about how the news said that Libby was wearing sweatpants. Okay, yeah, because we all thought that, but it was wrong. That was one of those things you could say. Law enforcement kept that information so that only the killer would know. Yeah, that's what I think too, says I guess so. I guess so. I mean, it's just so wild to see these videos. I almost want to play the audio from it. Yeah. And here's what the truth is. The truth is exactly what I told you. That Libby's jeans were on Abby. And actually, when you look at the picture again, you can see. I've seen the pictures as I told you. When you look at them, you can see that the waist area is, you know, the pants are undone, and it's wide, right? But the part on her legs, you know, obviously they fall down, but they're not tight to her skin like her tight jeans are. And so what was interesting about that is that her jeans, her pants, or her shoes then would have had to have been taken off to get her jeans off. Then when you put the Libby's jeans back on, then the person took the time to put her shoes back on, which is weird. That's a weird thing there. But come on, you guys, let's help see if we can reach that goal tonight. That'd be really cool. We do have 600. I can't believe it. We actually have 653 people watching. So if you'd like to help support the Gray Hughes Investigates YouTube channel, where we do live streams every single day, and we donate a tremendous amount of money to charities from the income that comes in. That means my ad revenue, the super chats you guys sent in, the memberships and all that. I try to donate over 50% of the net revenue to charity every single month, and we're already at 45 or so this year. 40. I'm not sure what the number was now, but this year we're at 46,350. Yeah. So not bad, right? Thanks, Vicky Dupree. We're getting these people that, when you glance over, you think they're like these Zozo, the clones in here. There's like 3 people that have the blonde hair and the small little picture. Hey, look at that. The 3rd super chat on a live stream. Oh, cool. Thank you. Yes, and you can always click that like button. That's not hard to do. What are we at to? I bet we're not even at 200 likes. Yeah, let's hit that. Oh, look at, we have 666 viewers right now, everybody. Oh, that has to mean something. That has to mean something. Oh, God, that means something. Yeah, let's hit that like button. So right now, hit the like button. So this is one I made too. I thought that one was kind of creepy, almost looked like a... But this one really gives you exactly what I was saying. So now it eliminates the sort of blemish look. And what this was it selected all of the colors in a range of red that I selected. And look how it selects all this, these little parts here, but there's nothing there because that area was exactly the same as all the rest of the stuff around. And then I filled it with red. And it's cool because it actually fills it with the same sort of value level. Thought that was kind of interesting. So kind of just squint your eyes at this one. I think you'll have probably the closest representation of what's really there visually. Whether there's something else there, I don't know. Man, those sales pitches don't really work much anymore. Somebody's going to have to throw me in prison at one point. Gray, it totally does do your hand thing. I don't know what that means. Call the Odinist, quick! Always leave a like, wish I could donate, support. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't want anybody sending in super chats if you can't afford it. You know, if you can, though, that'd be great. Because there's no ad revenue on these live streams, nor is there any other source other than you guys. So, does Richard Allen know that a lot of this is not true? I don't know. So in this picture right here, the blood is down here and here, and then right there, here, here, here. So you have the top of an F, but there's no other parts of an F. So it's more like a little bit there, and then maybe right there, because there's nothing in the middle right there. Well, thanks, Chris22. But man, I don't deserve. I've been so nice tonight, you guys. There's no, gosh, I can't even get thrown into prison. I meant 666 and do your hand a little. Oh yeah, I can go like this. Hold on. Everybody, don't do this, you guys. Don't go like this. Don't ever go like this ever again. Or you'll be pointed out as a crazy Illuminati symbol. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It totally means something. Oh my God. I just got 666 from 8675309. And Mike Spam. Cool. So is this one of those nights where we should try to do the call-ins? I want to know what you guys think about this. I mean, it's hard to, like the Delphi case right now is so big. There's so much stuff going on. Something big is happening this next week. Like with arrests, that type of level of thing. Okay, so, you know, big things are happening next week. They're just coming up. Like, what day is that hearing for Richard Allen? Isn't that Monday? Tomorrow, and it's going to be in Fort Wayne. Yeah, they were taken at the crime scene. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, that's what I said, Michelle. I've already said that whole thing that you just typed in. But when you say that there's gaps, are you saying, oh, it must be an F but it was just blood didn't get on the gap that was going to finish the... See, that's just you wanting it to be that. See, when I look at that, I see what you're saying. I mean, what makes everybody's eye think it's an F is you got this, and then this, and then there was this, and then there was this dark patch on the original image. So if you open up that one again, you see that area right there. They think, oh yeah, and that kind of connects the area, see, visually. But it's exactly the same as this area and all of these. So to me, that's not blood right there. However, I don't have the same testing.
Birthday cake, birthday cake, birthday cake.
Well, thank you. Thanks, 8675309, Chris22, and Mike Spam.
It totally means something.
I mean, if there is a matching thing for the donation, for the scholarship fund, through corporations, let me know, but I don't know if there is. They didn't say anything like that when I was talking to them. Yeah, it doesn't seem like spattering of blood on this one. It looks like that on the picture that Barbara McDonald put out, which is, where the hell is that? Yeah, this one. So it kind of looks like in her picture, but I don't really see it. It looks more smooth than that in the actual. Yeah, this one. So yeah, that one really has like a straight line element to it down. Nothing here though, because see how this rendering realized that it had the same sort of coloring as the rest of this stuff. So basically in this one, if you squint your eyes almost completely and you look, you'll see where the blood is. This is something behind the tree that isn't related. What do you mean it's not related, Gray? It's gotta be. Look at it. God. Like it. Right here, and then ding, ding, ding. There's these little spots coming down. And that's it. I see a duck, huh? Nice. Awesome. I could maybe throw in some money for that fund, but not this week. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not looking for money for the fund, because I'm just doing the same thing at the end of the month. I'm just loading in whatever portion of my income that I bring in that I donate and allocate some to. I'm going to probably put another $1,500, depending on how this goes, into that, and maybe another couple thousand into the DNA fund, and see what's left after that. Because I want to get the scholarship fund built up as fast as possible, and then it's active, and then we can start getting letters from the students, and then we get to read them, and we can all pick, who we think, Hey, thanks, Scorch PFGTV. All right. It's actually a P for Photoshop. Does anybody, you guys have any questions or anything? I mean, I can show you guys. We should do the thing where, I mean, most of you guys watched all my videos that I made, right, from Delphi when I went there. I'm not even sure where I have them now. They're all over the place. Do you know if the death penalty, okay? I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, if it's one, I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like the hand was on the tree, and then it went down, and like the middle finger maybe left the long one, and then maybe there was more blood in the middle there, and swiped down. Ah, God.
It's actually a P for Photoshop.
I think this is the best one to show you where the marks are. because it's this one eliminates the areas without editing. You know, this just fills in when there was, you know, the ratio or percentage of a match, and the lighter ones are less matching. And so now this one shows you that the spot here was very similar to the other spots. Yeah, it was near their bodies. They weren't moved a long distance. I mean, I think at this point an expert isn't going to have much of a better opinion than a regular person when you look at that, you know. It's just a picture. It looks like, yeah, hands on the tree and it swipes down, sure. You know, that's what we were just saying ourselves without being experts. It's not a difficult one. He said things that people could consider to be a signature. You know, he didn't say that they were signatures. He says there's 3 or 4 things that, you know, when you look at, could be signatures. It doesn't mean that they are signatures. And as a matter of fact, I don't know what was a signature here. You know, if the sticks were on there and they were in the process of building something and stopped for some unknown reason, is that a signature? Or are they building a structure to hide them? Now, signature is something left with, it had nothing to do with the crime, but it was left there as sort of a calling card. Yeah, sometimes though, a signature can be like part of your MO as well, like the way you. I mean, that there's sort of an overlap in the MO and signature element. I don't know if that could, like, I mean, it could be blood spatter if it was like a tight thing that went, you know, I don't know. It doesn't look quite like I've seen images of. But. Could be. That's what I originally thought when I saw Barbara McDonald's image. Yeah, I've heard we brought that up. Yeah, somebody said that they were put there to maybe start a fire. You know, we've heard that multiple times. Yeah, but I mean, wouldn't that be kind of weird? To start a fire down there? I mean, I guess it's burning season, right? I mean, maybe you could get away with burning something and nobody would show up. Right. I mean, Ives in our podcast years ago said the crime scene was odd. You know, there were things there that you would take a picture of, that type of thing. We didn't get the money phrase until, you know, like later he told somebody else that it looked like signatures, and that made everybody go, oh, wow. You know, and so you see what they're talking about. But every, quote, signature at this crime scene is, I think the closest thing to a signature would be the clothing change thing. The rest of it, you know, you might look at, and it could be from a whole host of other reasons. The clothing change is weird. That's a weird, especially now. It wasn't that weird a few days ago when I thought, oh, well, there's no way. The only thing that was changed was the shirt. So that's nothing. But now it turns out where it's just a whole host of things. Yeah, you're looking at her shoes would have had, like at one point, Abby likely had no clothing on. Maybe you probably, well, not no clothing, but maybe from the waist down, because her maroon shirt was still on. So I'm thinking maybe that was left on, but maybe not, because so the bras that she had on, That's one thing I'm not clear on. I didn't see it mentioned. There are 2 bras. Was one of those bras Libby's, or did Abby actually have 2 bras on? And if she did, then it's possible that her 2 bras and the maroon shirt stayed on. If one of those bras is not hers, then that means even the maroon shirt would have had to have been taken off. Anybody know that one? All right. Well, you guys, I'm going to have to toss myself in prison. What about putting sticks on the body? Well, not if you were putting sticks on the body to then cover it up with leaves, but you got scared away and ran away. See, there's a really pretty legitimate theory out there that see, I know that for a fact that the wind was blowing directly to the crime scene from the bridge. So you could come up with a scenario where he's in the middle of putting the sticks on, like doing the same thing to each person, and then he's about to continue on, and then you start hearing voices loudly because the wind's blowing straight to the crime scene, and you're like, oh shit, and you want to get the hell out of there. So you never finish what you were doing. Now, if that's all the person was doing, then that's weird. Maybe that is a signature. But we don't know if there was an intent to continue on just to kind of create like a little covering. Yeah, but I don't think that concealing with branches is a signature, Fig, because we don't know what the real reason. That doesn't make it a signature. That's just sort of like a. That's something that you could actually claim was required for him to cover up the scene. It's not something extra that was, outside of the necessity angle. So that's what, signatures are. It's kind of it's hard to, sometimes like there's an overlap with the MO and the signature, like I said earlier. Well, I wish Richard Allen, I almost wish there was somebody else, so that Richard Allen would then testify and tell the truth. I don't know. It's either the killer wiping his hand off, or it was Libby facing the. I don't know. Like maybe she was facing the tree down lower and like tried to stand up or something. There is, there's blood on her left hand. Maybe your left hand is what created the streaks that you see right there, or it could be on the killer. See, we're just, this is all just total speculation. Law enforcement, hopefully at the scene, would have a little bit more information because they see all of the other spatter and directional information. Right, yeah, right. If they were trying to make it look like Odin, they screwed up. You think they were killed in the location? Yeah. I don't just think that. Yes, they were killed right near, like they were moved a short distance from this tree to the where they were found, which is a short distance. So yes. Who thinks that they were killed somewhere else? Are there still people out there thinking that they were killed elsewhere and driven there and then carried down to the crime scene? Probably Slow Joe. Wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. You don't think he was carrying body? Huh? Obviously. Oh. I have doubt it's the killer. He probably... I don't know what you're saying. You have doubt what's the killer? Of the blood? No, but it's not his blood, Kathy. That's what I'm telling you. It's Libby's blood, but what if he had it on his hand and then wiped it on the tree? But we already know whose blood it is. Right, we already said that. We don't know what the height is. Yeah. And we don't know how big the F, quote F is. Is that 4 inches long? You know what it's going to end up being like in the movie Spinal Tap? It's going to be like a 1/4 of an inch large, but everybody's like, oh my God! And do you think Richard had help? I don't think he did. And there's no evidence that Richard Allen had anybody helping him at all. But that's hard for me, much like Zozo can't shake the F for some reason. I'm having a hard time shaking the Keegan-Klein connection to the, the whole situation. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me. Thanks, Tamara's favorites. All right, guys, we're going to have to do a unspecified jail time coming up. Yeah, it's just... well, you just see it because you want to see it, Zozo. It's not there, okay? If you can't, why don't you see this part over here, these dots here? How come that doesn't open your eye to maybe making it a tree of some sort? You've got the thing over here, you got that one, you got this and that. Jesus, man. No wonder. I agree about the Klein connection. Yeah, but I was told that they don't see any connection, which is just it's not really working for me. No, it's ridiculous, Zozo. I mean, I can't believe that you keep saying you see an F when you look at that, and now it looks like a streak going straight down, and maybe a little something going up there, and a whole different streak over to the right. And then down here there's even some blood. How come that got put there? Hey, thanks, Christy G. Epic fail. I think Zozo just does this to me, I'm so glad that she wasn't really around during the Kanika Jenkins days. Like actually actively commenting, saying, "Oh, look at that! Look at that! That does look like a guy wearing a blue cap. Look at! And I would have went, "No, it's not. It's not. Look at this. Oh, but I can't unsee it, Gray. Even though he was there for 7 hours, even though he was sitting there in the kitchen for 7 hours, I can't unsee it." That'd be pretty funny. But that, you got to admit, that is a really straight, long, straight line there, right? Like, that part is straight. So that means somebody, likely, a human, either intentionally made that or, like as they were falling, left that. I don't think they were leaving some sort of a symbol. Yeah, it's almost like a fully, like there's a lot of blood in the middle of the hand, on the middle finger or something, and then maybe the other on the outside, or just the other fingers touching at some point. I don't really know. I can't tell. Well, cool, Christine. Awesome. That was your first one, huh? Your first super on a live stream. Well, that was really cool. Yeah, Zozo's talking to my manager currently. That's why she disappeared. Did you notice that? Let me go check to see what they're saying. Oh, cool. Well, what made you just show up today to talk? How's that going for her? Let me see. Let's see. How's it going? I asked, what did the manager said? No, they did not. The manager did not say that. All right, let's do it. I mean, I'll just do a poll. Here we go. I'm gonna do it. Word it this way: is that definitely an F? Okay, like 100%. That's an F. Take away your bias and your wanting it to be Odinism, and answer the question: is that 100% an F? Hey, thanks, Brittany. I am in the new studio. 8675309. I just got a TV in here now, but it doesn't work yet. But I mean, it's in here. I've got 4 monitors set up here. It's pretty cool. I don't know what a pendulum is, Sharon. Oh, is that like an Odinistic type thing, or my Ouija board? Yeah, all those years I was saving up, cashed in some of my Roth IRA that I had, and thought, I gotta just do this. So now I come in here and it's got a mini split air conditioner, a bathroom over there. It's not in the same room, but the bathroom's in the laundry room, and I got 2 vertical monitors and 2 in the middle, all the same type of monitor. I've never tried that before, but you can rotate your monitor so that they're horizontal and, you know, like cell phone shape. It looks like an F, but it wasn't intentional, is what we're getting now. Is that what my manager said? Oh my God. That's ridiculous. Looks like he set a bloody stick against the tree. I don't think so. Alright, so there we go. We're going to end it. We had 136 votes. 90% said no. So that means 10% literally think that's an intentional F. Okay, alright.
Chewbacca? I'll be Chewbacca.
Well, it has to be great because they were saying that early on. That means it has to be an F. Or the person who thought they saw an F was full of crap. I mean, I see why somebody might say that. I'm not blind. I mean, I see it. But ask yourself this. Why does the F have a vertical line there? Like, why does it go up here? Can anybody answer that one? How come it doesn't just go straight across? And this one even has a little bit going up there. Oh, it's cursive. They took the time to work in their cursive. That's funny. Now, what do we mean because of bark? That doesn't even make any sense. You drew up because there's bark? What? You might skip a spot because of bark, but we already know what the original looked like. Right there, see? So there's nothing over here that would make you go, oh, I need to go, oh, my finger just couldn't go straight across. And so what's kind of cool about the red version that I just showed you is it filled this in with generally the same as like this. See how that's exactly the same as that and this, and all those areas aren't blood. This is blood, and then this is blood. It looks like there's a little spot right there, kind of like maybe a little something right there, and I think I think it catches all that. Yeah, then see that one has the blood there, here, a little bit there, the whole thing. But I think the red one is the best one. So this one has it all, every bit of it. So if you squint your eyes, you can see it. Looks like, it does look man-made, right? Lime's like a symbol to me. Huh. These beginner own this blood artist. Okay. Yeah, so we've got that crime scene image. Where is that? The 11th? Yeah, so like here's one of the ones, leaked image. These have been out for so long now. And there's one of Libby's shoes. So again, I'm repeating some of the stuff from yesterday, but I think a lot of people need to hear this stuff. So we always thought for a long time, okay, dipshit Joe, Slow Joe, the dipshit. We always thought for a long time that one of Libby's shoes was on the other side of the creek, right? Like the side of the creek where the bridge is. So we always thought that. So let me zoom in over here to. And we get to this is the, you want to always use this one, April 2017. It's only 2 months after the murders. So we always thought the shoe was over here. And likely what happened was the person was over here, saw the shoe, yelled, hey, we found the shoe. And then somebody over here says, hey, we got the shoe. And the memory is that the shoe was found on this side of the creek. Doesn't that make more sense than saying, how come there were 3 shoes? I mean, what brain does that? Right? So when you look at the image over here, and you see this is the one that was in the water, and somebody yelled up and said, hey, we found a shoe, a Nike shoe. And everybody knew that that's what she was wearing. Like Kelsey, Becky, everybody. So there it is. And, you know, after we saw this image, at the time, we thought, okay, the other shoe was found on the other side of the creek in the woods. So she lost both of her shoes. But that isn't the reality of it. So again, the stuff that only the people, that's why the leaked document was so shitty, is because they gave up almost all of the law enforcement is the only people that knew these particular things. All right? So there wasn't misinformation intentionally put out there. It was just wrong about the sweatpants, and it was also wrong about the shoe being found on the other side of the creek. It turns out that the other Nike shoe was found underneath underneath Abby's like lower back or left leg, you know, right sort of in that area. And then underneath that shoe was a telephone. It was Libby's cell phone. Not a telephone, a cell phone. Did you hear Gray? He said it was a telephone. Why would they have one of those ring dial phones out there? That's weird. That's strange. Hey, Gray, was it one of the dialing ones, the old ones that you could dial? Well, no, I just misspoke. It was a cell phone. Sorry about that. But you said it was I think it was a Freudian slip. It really was a rotary dial phone. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Slow Joe. You can believe whatever the hell you want, man. Go for it. Almost nothing. I would say that Slow Joe has had zero correct information in this case. Other than the names of people. Let's see. I mean, could you imagine being so wrong on so many things and still having the gall to get up and do a show? Right, I know. He made a whole video on me. He does need to be banned. He was already banned once for threatening to kill people. He used to come on and tell people that he was going to, you know, show up with a glove and kill them silently. For them daring to call him out on the bullshit that he was selling people. He spent months just absolutely attacking Kelsey, Mike, Becky over and over and over again. Oh yeah, no, I actually have the screenshots of that shit. That guy, he's insane. Hey, thanks, Sally. A dally. I ran through a valley. I bumped into my old girl Sally from the valley. That was a rap my friend invented a long time ago. Of course, why did you have to put a dally? That's because you needed something to rhyme with Sally. It was so stupid. Yeah. Yeah, it's like... Yeah. Yeah, he's his name is Jow or some bullshit. I mean, it's just absolutely embarrassment. But thinks he's so just on top of, there's some bigger thing going on. There's just this bigger cabal type of thing. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go blow my nose. I think sometimes when I drink like a Corona or something, it does that. Now. Yeah. Yeah, so you got that one, and then there's another, this shot here, not really sure if that's like underwear or something like that, but it's another crime scene photo that's been out for months and months and months. It's just, you know, and so this here is the same shoe. So it's interesting, like you can flip it around here, you could, let's see. Yeah, so it looks like that is this, and see this bigger clump, that's this clump. So this is just another shot looking that way. Now I don't know what So this right here, I mean, that's really weird to be able to see, but that's Libby's tie-dye shirt in the water. Now this here, I don't know what that is. Is that maybe it looks kind of rigidy-ish a little bit, but like, is it really Abby's, that little gray jacket she was wearing, or what? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't look like a sports bra to me. It's too big. I don't know. Could be. I mean, where are you coming up with that? What do you mean it's a sleeveless jacket? What are you talking about? Where are you guys getting this stuff? It'd be great if we had a picture of Libby that day. Maybe she's actually on other photographs. Because remember how Holman said in that one interview that they have all sorts of other images from that day when they were taking pictures, not just the two that we know of on the bridge. I'd like to see every single one of them. So hold on a second. I was just going to go through some of these older photographs. Like here's one. We rotated it around. Yeah. So here's where that's a cool photo. So this is where when I went on the trip with the 360-degree camera, we were walking along here, and then eventually you have to go down, and then I was sort of kind of over in this area. But here's the shallow portion over here where they originally would have walked across, because the private drive is right up here. Walked across, and then there's a shallower area over here to come up and get onto the bank. The crime scene is like right over through the woods, right back in here. I don't know what that is. Oh, hold on a second. Let me switch screens for a second. I don't know what the hell this image is that I've had sitting here for so long. What the hell this thing is? Huh. Man, it's not sure why there's, what this image is, but somebody put these little red things on a screen, but that's not in the right spot, and they were closer together, so that's not correct. Yeah, so when you look at this picture right here, let me get back to the other monitor. Hey, I remembered myself. That one's kind of blurry. I have a much clearer one than that. Is it that one? No. Remember this guy? He was the one that killed that, or not killed, but attacked that girl. See, he looked so much, very similar with the long torso and feet. And just kind of, a lot of people thought this guy, I forgot his name. But he like lured a girl into his home. She was like 8 or 9 years old. And, tricked her to come in, and like she was almost dead when the police got in there. I mean, it was like, he was... Yeah, Chadwell. He was a freaking nutcase. So a lot of people thought maybe he was it. Yeah, that looks like you're right in the right area right around in here. Somewhere right in here. Maybe. Kind of has the right look to it. looking from the other side. Like the Deer Creek is down in here, down in that area. What's this video? Oh, that was the one I made. Just the walk cycle. Get down the hill. Yeah, maybe that one's a little clearer there. Yeah, so it's crazy. You know, right where she's standing is about where the bridge ends now. And actually, it's a little bit further back than that. They have a little platform you walk out there. But I think Richard Allen is back here somewhere at this point. You just can't see him because the video and the image quality back then, you know, wasn't really that great. You know, I think it was probably like 720, and then the trees, for some reason these types of trees all blur together with the codec and everything. So it's just I think he is back there, and had that been 4K or greater, there might have been some sort of something, but you can't see it. So it's interesting when you look at this picture here, and we know Richard Allen isn't already on the bridge, because later he comes from behind them. And then we see the other shot, which is this one. This one was this was probably taken at like 2:04 or something. Because if you look, that platform right there is the one that in this picture, Libby's standing on. All right, so when you look at this right here, Libby's standing on that picture, filming back towards this shot. So like Libby's taking this photograph, so later Libby stands on this and takes a picture back towards Libby where she is right now, and that's this photograph. All right, so right behind her is platform number 2. She's literally like right around in this area taking this photograph the full length in the other direction. Does that make sense to everybody? And so in this picture, there's nobody in front of him, right? So this was before, and then 4 minutes later, there's this shot, so there's absolutely nobody in sight. But literally 6 minutes later, at the other end of the bridge, Richard Allen is coming on him quickly. And you're wondering, why is he saying Richard Allen? Well, because Richard Allen confessed, and he said he was wearing exactly the same clothing that the, quote, bridge guy, the most mundane, stupid name in the history of criminals you've ever heard. You know, like Jack the Ripper. You know, that's a good one. Bridge guy? Whew. Wow. Whoever came up with that should be shunned and avoided. Ever stole pharmaceutical thing? I mean, literally just for a minute, stop everything you're doing and just think for a second. Just say to yourself, bridge guy. That is the most ridiculous moniker that you could ever come up with for a killer who killed 2 girls. Well, Gray, at the time, nobody knows who he was. We just thought he was a guy on a bridge. Just ask the murder sheet. They just said recently that they just wanted to ask that guy some questions. Yeah, they'll let you know. The murder sheet lost all their, you know, like, I don't have any more. Well, I liked them for this and that. I can't stand them. They just try to, you know, like literally trick people into not doing something so that they can do it. I mean, don't you find that a little weird, you guys? Just a little bit. If they cross the creek, pants had to be soaked. Probably couldn't get Abby's back on her. Huh? Yeah, I already said all that. Yeah. And what I was saying yesterday was that the jeans that Libby was wearing were big enough so that they could be put back on. I think it'd be very difficult to put Abby's skinny jeans back on her. But Libby's jeans would be easy to put on her. And then, you know, the shoe part is weird because look at I mean you got the women out here right now looking. Is there any way in hell to take these pants off over these shoes? I think the answer is going to be no to that. I mean, it's like you're not taking, these pants are not coming off over these shoes, right? So when you look at the crime scene photo and you realize that the shoes are on, but she's wearing Libby's jeans, at that point, you know, now there's a whole bunch, there is extra movement. But it doesn't mean that one person couldn't do that, right? It's not like the idiotic what is this? She's a 136-page document that came out, and one single solitary man took off the jeans, and then one solitary man using his dexterity. I still don't have an answer for that. Has anybody figured out why they kept saying using his dexterity? Like, whose brain kept saying that? Yeah. No, they know where her pants are. They found them. One thing we don't know, is it possible, though, that she has her pants on underneath? That it is possible, but it doesn't sound like that. And that would make it even harder to put on Libby's jeans, you know. But maybe there are on underneath there, and she just has them on top of her own clothing. I know, why did they keep saying dexterity at least like 4 or 5 times? Hey, you guys, we're not too far away from a normal night goal. Is there any chance that all the freaks here could help reach the goal tonight? I know it's kind of a later night, but we do have a lot of people watching, and it seems like it'd be kind of cool to at least, I mean, it shouldn't be difficult. You know, today was a busy day, but I did spend quite a bit of time on trying to figure out, to show you guys a view of the F, to show you that, you know, I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, I can't make it, but I want you to see it in its reality, not some fake, well, it's an F, everybody, therefore, you know. Let's see, did you ever say if Richard Allen was left-handed or not? Nah, I don't know, who cares? I mean, who cares what handed he is? I think he's I mean, it looked like he was propping up a gun with his right hand underneath the sweatshirt. Hey, thank you so much, Stephanie. Hey, how many months are you in when you get my that little gray Hughes emoji? Yeah, by the way, everybody, if have you ever seen this one, the emoji that we just put into the chat right there? That looks like me, right? The visor, I got a little dark shirt on with the goatee, everything, but that's actually paint on a lock in one of the shows that I did. And as soon as it went by my face, I went, oh my god, that looks like me. But all it was chipped paint. It had nothing to do with me. So that just shows you the whole thing about pareidolia. Yeah. Thank you, Stephanie and Sue Tonarelli. There you go, right? I'm sure they'll find something like that. Huh? Yeah. Well, I mean that's what it. That's so weird. That's so weird looking the way that was on there. Great show, Gray. Early happy birthday. Oh, thank you. Well, we're almost there. We're almost there. Prayer partner Eve, servant of God. Very cool. For all the hard work you do, keep up the great work. Well, thank you. Very kind. Very kind. Almost there, you guys. Almost there. Now let me keep digging through some of this stuff from a long time ago. Yeah, so this was kind of a cool. This is when Beth was out there with Bonnie Raitt. And see that little thing right there? That was like a really key thing for us that a lot of people wouldn't have, ever even noticed, really. And actually, I think Beth is the one that said, see that, because we always talked about the white nodule, this little thing that's sticking up right here. But the way this shot is taken, you see all these lines here? Those are all boards, every one of these. So it's like everything is so tight because it's low and to the side. Crime dissector, targeter, I'm a certified human detector, gonna get ya on a stretcher. Avocado!
For all the hard work you do. Keep up the great work.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So even in that shot, you see the same thing. There's a lot more distance in some of these shots. But there's a little nodule there. Now, if I open up the actual Delphi shot here, and see back right there, back right behind his right foot there, you see that little nodule? You can see it. See right back in here? I can't circle it, but you can see it right next to his right leg right there. See that? I put one if you can see it. It's right there, right to the right side. And there it is right there. Now it turns out you can only see that nodule if you're standing off the end of the bridge and down low. And all it is a broken railroad tie. I mean, it's so interesting when you go through it and look at different things. I'll show you some video. I mean, some of these are always so cool to go back and look at again because you. Let me just type in Bonnie in here and. Oops. Bonnie videos. Okay, here we go. Put the clear one. Maybe it's this one. This one.
It's that right there.
No, this is the one with. Hold on, you can't see.
It's the reflection.
Oh, there it is. Wow, I just randomly pulled up the one. That's what this is right here.
I actually think it's this sticking up.
Yeah.
That you're seeing.
This
right here.
That's the white nodule. This whole length of just broken up railroad tie here.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, there's Beth right there.
Does he want it straight or does he want it to the tie? You know what I mean? No. Okay.
Yeah, 7 foot.
Okay.
Let's see. Now this is like the clearest video. These are March of that same year. So these are just people standing out there. But look how crazy this is. So where it is now, you walk out here and oh yeah. So I guess they turned it off and then where are they? Oh, this is where the hell are they? Yeah, so they're on platform 3 right here. This is where Libby was standing when she turned around and took a photo of Abby. So that platform isn't available anymore with how they have it set up. But right where that guy is standing is right where Abby was in the image of that you see of her on the bridge. It's like, what is that? 10, 15 feet, something like that. It's really close. And she's standing on that. And then you go across. And there isn't more. They kind of didn't keep filming there. But look how broken down that crap is. So quiet. I gotta get my music playing again. Yeah, we're almost there, you guys. Almost there. Let's see. Impact Prelude. Yeah, now there's one that Julie Melvin made for me out there. Now I just think I can't stand her, but she, at the time, seemed like she was just a normal person helping. So she made a video out there. And that's the one where you really can see the whole setup. So let me find that. Well, gosh, Gray, I mean, well, it's just the way it is, I don't know what it is. Probably one of the most biggest conspiratorial people I've ever seen. All right, just a second. And open with VLC player.
Okay, here we go. We're getting ready to get on the bridge. This is to help Gray Hughes.
There you go. See, to help Gray Hughes.
Do
there it is.
some putting together of this crime scene.
So this is crazy because this is in March, like a month later. This is just shows you a totally different look that there is out there.
Ted, I need you to be looking for.
But this camera is way clearer than the one that Libby used.
Here's the first.
But don't you think this is pretty interesting, just watching that? I mean, hell, I can just turn off the audio. And so this is where, remember I flew my drone down around that corner right there? But it looks the same. What do you mean, did they find cut jeans? What does that mean, Alan? Where do you come up with stuff like that? Alright, so down there is where the bottom is. That's where one of these idiots out there said that there was a van parked down there. Oh man! Of course, the van was sideways and perfectly perpendicular to the camera, so it was at like a 45-degree angle. People always forget that part. Oh wait, yeah, it's not a cartoon, everybody. The vans aren't always flat on the screen with circles around them. Like the whole thing about the puppy with an outline. Really? The puppy had an outline? So that's where I went down and I flew around that corner. It's funny, one time in there, so that's platform 3 coming up. One time the husband said the F word and she goes, "Don't say that." God. I mean, she's changed a lot since then. So anyways, what's interesting, if you go back, watch this. This is what I was telling, I can see it right there. See, I would always tell Beth, look for the vine, the vine. She goes, "What vine, Gray? What vine, you asshole?" We'd argue over the phone. "What vine are you talking about, Gray?" And I know exactly where it is. It's right here. This little, see that little vine right there? That was the key vine. That was it, man. That was the, and you say, well, what do you mean it's the key vine? Well, I'll show you. Watch this. Gray, there's vines all over the place. Yeah, there are vines, but there's only one that look like that. And here it is. So there is the full-length shot of the bridge, and if you look, let me get rid of that. And see that right there? That vine right here is this one. And not only that, the broken down, the spot right here is the same, and look right there how it's kind of jagged right there, same thing. So that's how we were able to find the exact spot on the bridge where the photograph was taken. See? That's just how, I don't know, that's how I do it. You guys see me do the maps, right? I just see shit, you know. So anyways, you continue across, and then this is platform 3. This is where Libby took a shot of Abby standing on that, facing back. And we'll have another example here in a second, because I think she does go on this and turn around, because she was doing the stuff that I wanted her to be able to do. So you'll see here exactly how this works. I think she does this. I don't know if she literally gets on it or what she does. It's also possible she didn't do that. Yeah, she didn't do it. Or somebody else. I have another video of that. So anyways, you go all the way across. And, oh, by the way, the forked tree that you see behind the killer is right there. So when the camera pans back up, I'll pause it. But right there. Right there. This tree, can you see that right there? Then this tree and that one, they make up the tree behind the killer, Richard Allen, in, let's see, this shot. Now I gotta go find the damn, there it is. How do I, yeah. See the forked tree behind him there? See, that's the reverse side. You can see it right there, the long branch that goes way up like this behind him. Then these two, that's the tree behind him right there. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's non-existent or not. I'm showing it on the screen. Well, you can't see it because you're looking at that one. So just look behind him. See the forked tree, how it kind of goes high up into the right, like it's going over the bridge. And then there's those two forked branches. Now if we go over to this shot right here, it's right there. This, you know, if I take me out of the shot there, see how this goes up and over, and then this one, and then this tree is actually part of that too. Okay, so those trees are so far behind him, but in the video they look like they're 15 feet behind him or something. Alright, so you go down here, and look how far back. So this is where the forked tree is, right here. And see this platform here? The killer isn't even anywhere near that platform either. He's literally 200 and something feet away in that shot when you see him from the forked tree. It's crazy. So you could go down. I'll actually show you where the killer was, or Richard Allen was. So this is the platform that you see behind him. So again, look at this platform right here, and then we're going to go back to the this video right here, and see the platform in front of the forked tree. That's this one. So now, just looking at that in perspective, you can see that that's quite a ways behind him. It really is. So this platform that you see behind him, between him and the forked tree, is this one right here. And if we went backwards a little bit, you'll see that there's the forked tree, then the platform, then you come down, and let's see, and this, we're not even at the, so right here, this damaged side railroad tie here, I believe is the, yeah, it's that one. It's right there. That's the white nodule thing that sticks up. Okay, so that's next to his foot. Ah, man. I just sneezed. So if we keep going, the killer is right about here in the video. with Libby and Abby. At 213, he's right there. Now maybe even a little bit further, probably about like, maybe about like that. And that's where he is in that video. He's about 60 feet away. And then, as you can see at the end of the bridge, it drops down a little bit. And that's where Libby stepped off the bridge, and then Abby, after Libby was already filming the guy, she comes off and gets behind Libby, and you hear the crunching sound of the rocks, and you see her feet. And then the killer comes by, and you hear the crunching sound. And, you know, first he says, guys, then the crunching sound, and then down the hill. So does that make sense to everybody? I mean, have you ever seen it, other than on this show, broken down like that, where by the time you're done, you're like, oh, yeah, that all makes sense. So it's like right here, this is the start of the bridge, walked across. The first image was taken right here. I can actually put a pin in here. It doesn't matter. It was taken about right there. Then Libby is on this platform, platform 3, shooting back at Abby. Then starts walking down. And then here's platform 4, and the fork tree is right around in this area. Then there's platform 4, and then you continue to walk past platform 6. And then at 213, the bridge guy's right there. Abby's still on the bridge. Libby's is more like right there. So there you go, everybody. You got it all nailed. Then after that, he comes walking up and says, guys, been down the hill. Has him go down the hill to the lower area here. And then likely, I think now that we know that the shoe wasn't on that side, I think it's more likely now that they didn't try to make a run for it, and that the gun kind of forced them to do whatever they wanted to do. I mean, whatever he wanted them to do. So he forced them across the creek, and I think he probably had them go like this and over here. See, everyone that makes videos when they go out there goes for the most sensationalistic angle. And what I mean by that is there's this high bank over here that's like 7 feet tall. But right over here, there's no bank. You can literally walk right over here and come up. So I think that's what they did. But everyone goes out there, ooh, man, you'd have to climb up this. And it's like, can you look downstream 50 feet? Yeah, so you go to this shallow area, come down, and then right here you can basically walk up. This is where the GPS coordinates are that law enforcement put out of where the crime scene was. But I don't think that they're giving us the exact spot, because I can tell you, I've seen the tape and where it is, and it's not there. The crime, this is outside of the crime scene. The crime scene is right here. It's not there. And I think when I was there, I made it to, I think I was standing almost right where this pin is. I made it to about right here. And then I didn't want to get poison oak that apparently is out there. I only had shorts. But Kelsey, me, and Chris walked from here. We went around like this. There's this absolutely, thick path there now. It's crazy. Let me see if, there's no more. There's only two satellite images after that. So we made it to about right here. Yeah. Yeah, I think I made it. Oh, actually, I think I was probably more like right here. So, not really sure. I mean, at the time of the day after the murders, it was kind of up to their knees in some spots. All right, you guys, we're almost there. So close to getting to the goal, you guys. So close. I mean, don't you think it's worth it for that incredible breakdown that you just saw? It was incredible, everybody. And the only reason I do this, everybody, is because every single night I got to keep going, because at the end of the month, that's when we do the magic. And I, myself, also get compensated for doing shows 30 days a month on this channel. So there you go. Let's see. How shallow was... I don't know how shallow when you say that, though. I don't know, Chris. Were we talking about Israel at this point? Yeah, I think Libby... You know, obviously, Libby was standing there. She knew something wasn't right, like you said. We've said that literally 1,000 times. Standing at the end of the bridge, saw somebody coming, turned on her phone, was probably hoping they would be just somebody that would pass on by. That creepy guy, but he didn't. And that's the part, like I've said 100 times too, is that's the part that makes me, you know, feel the worst for them, is that knowing that they were terrified that there's this creepy guy coming, their adrenaline's starting to pump and they're getting nervous. And it got worse and worse and worse, and then they were killed. I mean, there was never like a let up of, you know, just, that part bugs the shit out of me. Because we've all had the times where you felt like something bad was going to happen, and you went, oh shit, Jesus, man, I thought that was, you know. So imagine those times where you felt like that. That scary thing, like, oh my god, God, what's going on? Oh, Jesus, oh god, that scared the hell out of me. Imagine that, but it never ended, and it got worse the whole time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's what. I think that's something that we should all kind of try to remember. It's the same way in those terror attacks, you know, when you're held hostage, and you're seeing them coming into your you know, safe place, and there they come, and you can't do anything about it. It's horrifying. It's like it's terror, is what it is. Hey, thanks, Brittany. We're almost there. Almost there. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, thanks, Mildred. As a coward picking on little girls. If a man was there, they would have run for cover like roaches. Yeah, maybe. You know what's weird? I've been watching this guy make these prank videos in like Detroit with actual just, I mean, people that are hardcore street, you know, like wise. You'll walk up to him and go, "Do you want to get punched? Do you want to get punched? Hey boy, do you want to get punched?" And none of those people ever take a step backwards. They just start going right at the person, take their thing off. And he says it to him, but then at the end he pulls out like a punch drink and says, "No, do you want a punch?" And then he'll point to a camera, and they laugh or something. And sometimes they give him like a little one of those sort of bro hugs, you know. It's like, Man, and I've seen episodes where they pull guns out on him. Hey, thanks, Mike Spam. They actually pull guns out. I mean, it's the most dangerous thing I've ever seen. These guys are crazy people. Oh, it's very dangerous. I've seen them pull guns out, knives, and start chasing them around. And somehow they've got it all planned out. One guy actually tackled the other one and punched him in the face. But it wasn't on, the guy missed it on camera. And that guy got so pissed that he didn't film it. He was like, come on, man, you got to put your camera in the... Yeah. And it's actually funny, too, though. I don't know where I don't know where the hell they get the guts to do this shit. It is. What are you talking about, CL Silverback? I'm just saying in the leaking element, there's going to be an arrest. In my opinion. Because an investigation was ongoing. I think there's something of that nature. I don't know if that's really what it is, but something big is happening next week. So, I mean, it's funny too, because the guy will do shit where he, like he'll just walk up like this. I just start looking at this guy. He's just sitting there, and he just keeps staring right at his face. And the guy goes, "What are you looking at?" He just keeps going like that. And the guy's like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? And then eventually the guy ends up taking his shirt off and stuff, and it's like ready to go. And he goes, "Hey, I'm just kidding, man. Look, there's a camera." It's like, God, this guy's insane. But you gotta watch it. I forgot the name. I put it in. Let me see. Hold on a second. Where did I put that? My wife hates it. She just thinks, God, that guy's so stupid. But that's what's... I mean, they might end up not living because of it, but... hold on. Now, hell, I can't even remember what it was called. Where the hell did I put that? I think I sent it to Zozo. I don't even know if she thought it was funny or not. I could have sworn I put it into Discord, but maybe I did. Let me go check. I think it just disappeared. Man, that's weird. Oh, this one guy did another funny one. Check this thing out. So I think it's all set up, but it's kind of clever. But this guy steals an item from the store. And this magician noticed him steal let's just say it's under, like deodorant, right? So he notices him stealing the deodorant. So he goes up and gets in front of him in line with the same deodorant and said, "Hey, look at this." And he makes it disappear like a magic trick to the cashier. And he goes, "Here's where it is." And he reaches into the guy's coat who stole it and said, "Look, I made it appear there." So apparently he gets to steal the one that he had. The comedian does, but the guy that, the actual person who stole it, he had his revealed in a magic trick. That was pretty good. You had to be there, though. It was... How come I can't find... Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, let me just throw out...
What's up? Where's the get up?
These guys are so crazy. Let me see. Just for a second, if I can...
No comprende.
I'm trying to milk you, my boy. I don't have all day.
He says, "I'm trying to milk you."
I gotta go through the block, my boy. Yeah.
You trying to kill me?
My boy,
talking about?
You want milk or what?
No, you're talking about killing me, man. I'm like,
He does. I mean, he does it to these huge people too. He's like, "Hey, you want me to milk you?" And they all think, "What are you talking about? Some sexual shit?" It's called Top Notch Idiot. He's got like 3.7 million subscribers and like millions of views on each one. But you know, I guess he's earning every one of those. You know, like what was the other one? Something about. Let me see. What's this one? Let me get.
You trying to get clipped or what, huh? Hey, it's a video. Hey, it's a video, bro. The wrong block. My homie Alfredo. Hey, chill out, bro. It's a video. What's up, homie? What you gonna do, dog? You wanna bang on me? What you mean square up?
Wait a second. Yeah.
What's up? What are you trying to do, my boy?
Look at this crazy shit. Look at it.
Fuck me, what's up, homie? Wanna do something, homie? What's up? What's cracking up, dog? What's up? What's up, homie? What's that motherfucking wrong, homie?
See, he's just looking at him like that. He just keeps looking at him like that. That's all he's doing in that thing.
Hey, you want some or what, my boy?
Want some what?
You want some or my boy?
What you talking about? What you wanna do?
I just haven't seen you out here. I'm asking if y'all want some, my boy.
What?
Ma?
You want some?
Hey, bro, chips. You want some chips?
Oh, no, don't want no f***ing chips, motherfucker. What the f***? Pay your ass, bro.
Bro.
Pay your ass, bro. What type of question is that?
He says, "You want some? You want some? You want some?" And then he says, "No, do you want some chips?" The guy's about to pull out a gun on him, you know. And you see times where he's like running around. People actually start pulling out guns and chasing. That's when he's like, "Oh man, hey, it's just a joke," you know. Yeah. So. Yep. So should we do the IDF updates in here? Look at you guys. We're only $14 and some odd cents short. We can do it. We can do it. All right. So where is it? I'm gonna do the IDF update. Oh yeah, well they're showing that same video if you guys want to. I guess we can play it. Where the hell is that one? There it is. Just a second. So this is them on the way in. Look how crazy that is. Look at these guys.
3 كيلو.
So now they're breaking out of the gate.
هادي عليا. انزل انزل انزل.
Whoa, Jesus.
لك القاذف والزر الزر. هات اغراضنا هات اغراض دروع. ارمي ارمي. اي استنى استنى.
Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit more than I was earlier.
مين هاد؟
Now look at, they're killing people in there. Psychos.
ما حسه مال بس تضلك ذكر لي المكان هذاك.
Look how terrifying this is. This is just like a well, it's the other one I watched earlier didn't have anybody. You couldn't really see anything there, but it looked like there might have been a person back there.
دخل جوا.
Well, look at this. This is just like this peaceful kibbutz.
ارجع. تمام. ايه؟
Kind of nervous to even watch this thing. God, look how creepy this is. See, look at these are just like normal homes like we would have over here. This is on the Twitter IDF channel.
مش سامع. يفتح عرضك. فيش حدا فوق.
God, this is creepy as hell. Oh, I like this part though. I like this part.
ايش الدخنة هاد؟
I think this is the part. I don't know. And good night. Yeah, so there you go. Let's see. Who are you talking to, Alan? More than in SWAT. Who is this Alan guy? What an idiot. Alright, let's see.
Is preventing civilians from leaving their homes after the Israelis warned them of an impending strike.
So Hamas is making sure that the civilians have to stay at home.
Civilian in Gaza City who confirmed this information. This is significant because the source indicated Hamas is threatening people and preventing them from leaving if they try to get to a safer location.
Well, you're up there saying what? I don't even know what you're saying when you say, what crime did you not commit? I don't know.
Wait, Trey, then all of these
Type in a name
Palestinian
next
people
time.
will die. Why would that be Hamas's goal?
الإسرائيلي معروف عنه أنه بحب الحياة. إحنا
כאן בכל עוצמתו, יכולותיו ובעיקר אנשיו הנפלאים.
גם בשעות החשוכות של הלילה תמיד יהיה כוכב קטן שיעיר לך את עצמך אל ים מחפש רחוק את מה שנמצא לך מתחת.
So yeah, that's just kind of like normal. Like a... And they're just like trying to be camaraderie, not the... Oh! You know, the freaking hate and shit that you hear. It's just... let's see what he said. When was this one? Did we already play this one?
A shorter daily update. It is the morning, 7 a.m. on the 15th of October in Israel. The sun is up for another day and unfortunately still at war with Hamas. I'd like to focus on the current situation. During the night there were rockets fired at Tel Aviv and southern Israel. There is still combat in and around the northern part of the Gaza Strip, and the IDF continues to operate above the Gaza Strip and to attack different military targets belonging to Hamas. Now, we have called on the civilian population, and this isn't news, we have called on the civilian population in Gaza City and the northern part of the Gaza Strip to evacuate south of the Gaza River. And that isn't news. But what is news is that Hamas has both issued warnings to their civilians not to evacuate, and when people didn't listen to those warnings of Hamas,
looks like we got to the goal anyways.
Civilians, and
it's a
have
PayPal. We got
convoys
25 over
of
there. So
Gazan
thank you,
civilians
guys.
trying
Mildred.
to flee from the situation and listening to our warnings, knowing that they are much better off south of the Gaza River than staying
I didn't
in
say the
northern
whole
part.
name.
There's a picture here on this side where you can see an aerial footage
I can't
of
read it
two
quick
vehicles.
enough, but thank
These
you.
two vehicles here, that's a zoom in, and this is the same two vehicles, and you can see the line of civilian vehicles trying to go from north to south, being blocked by two other vehicles. And that corresponds with intelligence and information we have from various...
See, that's what you get. Like, see, the thing is, the way Hamas does their business is they put the babies and kids inside of schools and well, that's where they go, but I mean, they put their bases and their military operation in the schools, and then when Israel wants to attack the base, it's the school, and Hamas won't let the kids leave the school to maximize the look that they get on television. Oh, look at this! Oh, my kids and everything. But they're the ones that did it. So the whole thing, I think somebody said it perfectly. The caller the other day that called in, he said, "Free Gaza from Hamas." That is really the perfect, thing to say, because they're the ones that are the terrorists. But unfortunately, a lot of the males in the state vote for Hamas. So it's like, where do you, how do you know who's who in there? It's tough, But definitely kids and women, elderly aren't going to be part of this.
Sources that Hamas is indeed.
That's why they use them as human shields, like a bunch of barbarians.
From leaving the south. Now, if that isn't the most sinister and vile use of civilians during war, I don't know what is. But it again goes to show the lack of any value for human life with the terrorist organization Hamas. Now, there have been reports of a convoy or vehicles of Gazans that were going from north to south on Salahuddin Road, which is the main street in the Gaza Strip. Here it goes from north to south, and there were reports of Gazan casualties. Now, I'd like to say something about reports coming out of the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip, there aren't two governments there. There's one government. The government is Hamas. So when the so-called Gaza Ministry of Health issues information, the amount of people killed, if they were armed people or not, if they were men or women or children, obviously that information is authorized by Hamas. And it's okay for release by Hamas, and it would serve the purposes of Hamas. So when you get information, if you're a journalist, or if you're just listening to what's going on, and you get information from the Gaza Strip, please be very, very skeptical of the veracity, and ask yourself, why was this information disseminated, and how does it serve Hamas and its propaganda purposes? And I'd like to show you something. This is footage made by local Gazans of that incident. And you see the explosion there? We're going to zoom in. You know what? We're going to show it again, just so you can see it better. Vehicles traveling, some guy is filming, and then all of a sudden, a big explosion. Now, you can't see it now, but we've zoomed in. Actually, we haven't. People who know how to do it around the world, forensic analysis and other people, visual imagery experts, they've zoomed in and they've enlarged the area of the explosion. That's one of those pictures. And here's another picture, a little bit zoomed out, of the same very incident. They've basically isolated the frames and looked and wanted to understand where the explosion started and what it looks like. Now, I'm no forensic expert. I wouldn't be able to say if this is a roadside IED.
It's almost like YouTube shit
is a
here.
strike from above. But what I am able to say with confidence, because we have asked, is that the IDF did not purposely strike in that area. There was no targeting of vehicles, there was no targeting of civilians, specifically because we want we don't target civilians anyhow, but specifically because we wanted people to go south.
Right,
So
it doesn't make any sense to say, hey, everybody leave.
Who would want to stop those same civilians? The same organization that did the roadblocks, Hamas. Now, again, this isn't conclusive. What is conclusive is that we for sure didn't strike on purpose. It may have been some kind of a freak accident, which I doubt, but I think that this visual imagery, and by the way, both BBC and other media outlets and many on Twitter have looked at this. And
yeah, I mean, what are the odds that it blows up right for the people trying to get out of there, when the Israelis want them to get out, but Hamas doesn't? I mean, it would be really a horrible, accidental bombing of the road by Israel, but it seems like it'd be really kind of obvious, intentional by Hamas, right?
analyzed it, and there are questions about what happened here and how that explosion.
No, he's
occurred.
saying it's possible.
And again, any information coming out of the Gaza Strip authorized by Hamas should be treated with extreme caution and suspicion because it serves their propaganda purposes. We are deployed, and with this I will conclude our briefing.
Hamas doesn't even say they killed civilians. That's all you did,
ground forces,
you fools.
And we are preparing ourselves for the next stage of operations. We again call on the people of northern Gaza, Gaza City, and all the northern environment in this area here to go south.
Hey, thanks,
listen
Kelly.
to our warnings. We are saying that there's going to be significant military activities here, and we urge the civilians to evacuate for their own safety. And I think it is appalling that Hamas isn't letting people to evacuate. Let that sink in. And again, in the bigger picture of things, who is on the right side, who is trying to do the right thing, and who is cynically using civilians and civilian infrastructure time and again for their vile purposes. We are trying to do the right thing, and the next stage of operations will be enhanced operations against Hamas until we will dismantle Hamas and its military capabilities. If you like it, share it, stay connected to our outlets, and I wish you all the best. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. I gotta take a look at this. So let's open up this. That's the image. And then somebody just sent me this one. I mean, look at this. Are you kidding me? Like, that's so obviously Photoshop. Look at this shit here. See what I'm saying? Well, I mean, look at this right here. I mean, look at this. Somebody like cut a piece out and rotated it and put it in there. Look at this. Are you kidding me? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Look how freaking stupid people are. Let me see. I could almost try to tell you. I could probably find her. Watch. Let me do this. Oh, I can't do it like that. Let's see. Where is that? I think it's like over here or something. I mean, there's this dark spot. So somebody, look at the edges on that. I mean, man, they should have put shadows on there. I said, this is bullshit. I said it right as soon as I saw it without even looking at it yet. Because there's nothing that looks like that. But man, I see it now, Zozo. Boy, that really is an F, isn't it? That's incredible. Oh man, it's unreal. All right, you guys. Well, we didn't make it to the goal on the stream side, but thank you to Denise on PayPal. Thank you very much, and that's gonna do it, you guys. That's gonna do it for tonight's show. I hope you guys found that interesting, anyways. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. We almost did it. We almost did it. No, we totally did it. Oh, there you go. Boom. Prayer partner Eve. She did it. All right, there we go. So anyways, put a 1 if you found that tonight's show was interesting, at least. That I think we kind of debunked the certainty of this F that was there. Plus, I think if you were watching, you got to see kind of really the bridge and the crime scene and everything like that, and just how everything is laid out there, and some other images, and sort of the new information that's out there is the jeans were actually that Abby was wearing were Libby's jeans. The shoe that was found was found under Abby then makes it so there wasn't a shoe found on the land on the bridge side. So those are different elements there. Hey, thanks again, Ashley Hansen. Well, that's cool. Appreciate it. Yeah, so for some of you, it's my birthday out there, and some of you, it's not. Yeah, it's not yet over here where I live.
Happy early birthday.
Thanks for being a first responder. Yeah, anybody who's a first responder, anybody who's in the military, police officer, I always support all of you guys. You know, there's always a bad apple in any industry out there, and people that, you know, police officers, military people, you know, I remember nurses during the pandemic at the beginning. I was always giving these mugs out to for freak mugs to the nurses because they're just incredible stuff that they were doing out there. And you guys are awesome. So anyways, thank you guys very much for supporting the channel. And yeah, it makes a huge difference. Helps me out. And at the end of the month, that's when you see the cool stuff we do. I mean, I know people think that I should donate every single nickel that I bring in here, but I'm a monetized YouTube channel, so that's not what I'm doing. And almost everybody that has a YouTube channel is monetized, you know, with ad revenue and everything like that. I'm just different because I do live streams every day, and those are almost never monetized by YouTube. So you guys are the ones that take care of me and allow me to make an income, and am able to then donate a tremendous amount of it. And that's it. It's sort of this cool symbiotic relationship like that. And I know all the charities out there are very appreciative, as well as the DNA Fund, Identifiers International, and now our new scholarship fund in honor of fallen freaks who have passed away. We're going to give away $2,000 to $3,000 scholarships every year in the name of all of the fallen freaks, right? Like, you know, Stephen Bashir's, Jen H, Sassmare, you know, all really cool people. And I know there's a few other, those are moderators, but you know, there's other people out there too. So, anyways, thank you guys for the happy birthday well wishes, and we will see you guys tomorrow. All right. So, thank you very much, and yeah, thanks as always. We'll see you tomorrow, and as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4.
And a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and an 8.
For quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person.
Not even one, Gray?
Crime dissector. Plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector.
I'm gonna get you, wanna stretch you.
If you try and
Play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector. Animal is gonna be a pup protector. Food reflector, interceptor. And I mean than a spectre with a vector.
On his specter, with all respect, y'all. Just remember I've a temple fucking check ya. I have no agenda.
I never tender. And I said that the aspect without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya
on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Hey Zozo, are you gonna call in and do your Marilyn Monroe happy birthday again for me? Remember you did that like 4 years ago or whatever the hell it was?
Well, it wasn't better than mine, Gray.
Oh, I thought it was better than yours, Mary Lou. You're terrible. She sang it pretty good.
That's not very nice, Gray. You're always so mean to me. Hey, that's pretty cool. I like that music.
Wow, that music really calmed you right down, Mary Lou. All right, thank you to Joel Sane, Tamara's favorites, LM, as in Element Open, 867, and hers was a cat eye, 8675-309, Sophisticated White Trash. Ivan Victor. Is that the same Ivan Victor from before? I guess it was. Ivan Victor showed up and said, I know you hate me, but still appreciate what you do. Okay, Ivan. All right. Kathy Chapin, especially when you had a fake accent and pretended to be different things. And thanks, Bucolic Buffalo, and Vicky Dupre, and then also Vicky Dupree, became a new member. Timothy Cecil, 39 months. Chris 22, 8675309 again with the 666 donation. Mike Spam. Did you see that, everybody? Greg got a donation for 666. Man, he really is an Odinist. Then we got Scorch PFG TV, Tamara's Favorites, Christina G, Brittany, Sally, Stephanie, Sue Tonarelli, Great Karn for You, member for 6 months. Prayer Partner Eve, Servant of God, thank you. Brittany, Mike Spam, and then Prayer Partner Eve, Servant of God again. And Ashley Hansen. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
No. Come on, man. What's wrong? You know, that's just one step above stupid. There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles and that dadgum swamp.
Hey, thanks, Cindy Liam.
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working.
It's really tomorrow, but...
Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains? There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles and that dadgum swamp.